Alright guys, let's go and get started for the day. How's everybody doing today? If you're going to notice anything different about the setup today, I'm going to be trying something a bit different due to some technical difficulties with the things. I'm not really getting the full quality that I really want. So instead of doing some visual stuff, I'm going to just try to set it up to a full 100% podcast, because I know sometimes it'll just buffer and it'll just give people saying that the voice will still go, but the picture will just freeze. So we're going to try this for a bit until I try to figure out what's actually going on. Luckily, I still record while I do streaming, so if this quality is not the greatest thing, I can always re-upload it. It'll just be up a day later. So, with that, I hope everybody's doing a good job today. I hope everybody feels good about today, even though it is a Monday. This is the Marshal's Take, as it says right there on the screen. I am going to be your newscaster, your podcaster, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to break down some stuff. Well, I'm going to tell you some stuff that's been going on. I haven't been active as of been a week because I've had some big decisions coming up. So, well, mainly because I recently got engaged. So that was that's one of the main things. I've just planned that and kind of do some more planning around that for the future. But now that I actually have some spare time, I'm going to do my best to get back into this on a better schedule. So obviously we've had some stuff that has gone on. Like for instance, one of the biggest things for me personally has been that Mazda will no longer be racing in the in the top class for the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Champion, which is really sad news for me because I really do like the Mazda team, which it was writing on the wall for the most part. Because, I mean, when you go from Team Yost doing very good for their last year for it, winning 3 in a row, doing a banger of a job, and then you go down to one car effort for this year, last year, and this year. No, sorry, for this year. I would say it's writing on the wall that something may be canceled. Sadly, it is. They're not even going to be doing a LMDH program. They've been around the manufacturer-wise. They've been here for prototype categories since the big merger in 2014 for when Grand Am and the ALMS, the American Le Mans Series, merged in 2014 when it became the WeatherTech Sports Car Championship. I believe it was the Tudor champion. Quite sure. I don't really have that great of a memory, if I say so myself. But yeah, they've been here for that long. And they've had their victory, they've had their highs, and they've had their lows. Recently, they have been steadily coming back up, and it puzzles me as to wonder, why are you trying to do this now? Why are you canceling this now? You guys are on a roll right now. They need to just keep going with it. Just need to keep it going. So now, I'm getting this from Sports Car 365. Like I've said before, Mazda has a long history in racing, especially in the IMSA side of things in the United States. But I think what they're going to be doing now, going forward into 22, they're mainly going to be focusing on grassroots program, such as their Global MX5 Cup Series, which was actually because the MX5 Cup used to be over in IndyCar, They used to travel with IndyCar. Now they are traveling under now they're IMSA sanctioned events now. So now that you're going to be able to watch them during all the IMSA races that you go to, like your Road Atlanta, your Virginia International Raceway, your Laguna Secas, your whatever, all of the venues that they go to. Which, good for them. I'm all about your grassroots because that's where it all starts. That's where everything starts. You can't proceed without starting in some type of grassroots program, like your NASA's, your SCCA's, your Chump Cars, or now it's called Champ Car, and then you all these other stuff. There's always a grassroots element into this, even in go-kart. So now they're starting to build up some speed and trying to, they're fighting for that for podiums, the top step in podiums. Now they're not trying to, they've already have decided. They're going to just cancel the whole thing. And it doesn't make me upset. It disappoints me. It just disappoints me. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about this. Bit of a pause in the program. Continue the talking amongst yourselves. I just have to plug something in real quick. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. So, it just looked like my screen went, okay, maybe this will work. Maybe not. We'll give it a shot. I just plugged in like a little Wi-Fi booster. Bunny ears Wi-Fi booster. So we'll see how it goes. I keep forgetting it. Okay, so again, Mazda. Why is this? I would say, is this some type of ruse to say, oh no, we're just kidding with you. We're gonna come back to LMDH. No worries. I don't think this is it. I don't think they will, because that just leaves Acura and Cadillac. I know that I've spoken about, the Porsches and the Audis coming to LMDH, but as far as brands being grandfathered into the next set of categories, like the LMDH categories, that's going to be your Acuras and Cadillacs. Which, yes, brands from there going into it, which is great, perfect, fine, whatever. It's now the fact that we're losing the competition still. We're losing Mazda this year. We lost Nissan last year. Yeah, no, Nissan did not compete last year. So we're just down to 2 top category brands for 22. And it's going to be one of those, it's just going to be a boring race. Like, who's going to get it? Because there's more Cadillacs than there are Acuras. But 23 should be a step up. Brands and the teams. Because I've said it before, rumor has it that that Andretti's going to be coming back to spend. Penske's going to be coming back to sports car racing, maybe with a Porsche. And maybe Andretti could be going into either a Porsche or maybe an Acura, since they are on a contract with Honda with the IndyCar team. So, I'm just curious to find out who is going to go with the Audis. Is it going to be another Yost Audi team? Is it going to be a factory-backed, or just another factory-backed Audi team? Or is it going to be a more independent team with an Audi chassis? But only time will tell, and we'll see how everything goes. So, that's really the big news for me that came out last week. I understand I just said last week because I've been I've been away for a while. So I guess I could talk about a few things when it comes to the races that has already came and gone. So first, I guess I'll talk about the 24 hours of Daytona, which is ages ago, it seems like now. So what we have now is, well, first off, the first race of the year in America has gone and done. Congratulations to all the teams that won. You know, your Wayne Taylor, your that LMP2 car that was basically drawn by crayons. I forgot their name, but congratulations to them. They are actually going full season this year with the with that car. So hey, good job for them. More LMP2s go around. That's what I like to hear. And obviously, congratulations to the Corvettes that won GTLM. And I believe one of the Mercedes won in the GTD class or the GT3 class. So initially, I was going to try and do some breakdowns on some wrecks that had happened or some incidents that happened. But seeing how I need my video quality to up its ante for that, I'm probably not going to do that right now. I'll probably do it for a later race. Because what I want to try to do is do a breakdown of what some of the steps that have to happen in order for an incident to be safely cleaned up, flagged, and and to be called on radio. Because there's actually a good bit of stuff that we actually have to say over radio, and a lot of protocol that has to go through to get everything safely done. Because we're not just talking about the safety of other cars on the track and the drivers. We're actually talking about the safety of the corner marshals themselves that are out there on the track doing their job. They're volunteer jobs, by the way. So that's some spiel for one other day. But regardless, I'll try to do that in another program. So I disconnected my mouse, and I always want to try to move it. Okay, so what we're going to try to do now, we're going to try to find some stuff. Oh, we can also the most recent Daytona 500. Well, I heard about it. I heard word of mouth that it wasn't all that great of a race. Lap 14, you get the big one, and then you got your rained out red flag issue because they can't drive on a banked curb because all they have are slicks, dry slicks. Now, and then obviously there was another wreck towards the last lap of the race, but that's just a given. Daytona is nothing but a wreck fest and maybe a rain out. Who knows? Maybe it'll change next year. I don't know. Maybe they'll put some rain tires on those cars and see what happens. I don't know. But that's about all I have to say about that. Nothing much. All I know is that it sounded like it wasn't that great of a race. Congratulations to the winner. Forgot his name. Sorry. Don't crucify me. Don't patronize me. I don't watch NASCAR all that much. I am a sports car guy. And this is mainly what we're going to be talking about is sports car. A little bit of IndyCar, a little bit of NASCAR if it's interesting enough, and, some other stuff here and there. But, some other news that has come and gone is that Peugeot, they have finally released a teaser photo of their LMH car, their Le Mans hypercar. And their headline for their new is matching experience and youth, which good for them. Good for them. It's kind of a give and take situation. What the one that really surprised me when it came to the driver lineup was Kevin Magnussen, full-time IMSA drive with Chip Ganassi for his prototype, Cadillac prototype. He is doing that still, but duties when it comes to the prototype racing, when it comes to LMH and DPI. which really this gives him, if he's going to stay in the prototype class racing world, this will give him kind of a step up when it comes to the LMDHs. Because he's doing LMH right now, currently, when the first race in Portimao goes into play, when it goes, around the circuit, whatever. This is going to be kind of a stepping stone for him. Try to get up to speed with something that's going to be even faster than the DPIs. What's going to come ahead when the LMDHs come into play. Even he has even go to Formula One as of right now. I think he's going to enjoy a bit of high from this sports car try that he's I can't think of the word right now. So I mean, you gotta give it to him. He was almost a winner. His team was almost a winner in the 24, the Rolex 24, but sadly a puncture came out and ruined their last lap, and it was heartbreaking. I was rooting for the guy. I really was. I'm not saying he did a poor job in F1, bad team. But when going from a bad team and the outlier always sort of just crashing out sometimes, going for a chance at a podium? A chance at a podium? Come on now. You would want that. Somebody would want that. I mean, wouldn't you? So, I mean, I'd want that. Go from a not so great F1 team to almost winning a 24-hour race with a brand new team. I mean, I know Chip Ganassi has been there for a while, a good while, but as far as a from scratch team with the Cadillac, almost getting a podium, potentially winning, that's going to get addictive to Kevin. Best of luck to him. He knows that paddock like the back of his hand because he's always been there with his dad, Jan. So he knows that field. He knows the experience that everybody has. Now going back to Peugeot, Le Mans hypercar. It's seven drivers, featuring 6 full-time competition drivers, and if I can get the names of it, I will read them off to you. So it was like 6 full-time competition drivers and James Rossiter, who will be the hold on reserve and simulator-based role. So the group, which labels 7 drivers, 1 team, includes ex-Formula One competitor Magnussen, Jean-Eric it's French, Vergne, that last name, Vergne, something like that. Paul de Resta, who so Kevin, Jean-Eric, Paul de Resta, and we also have Loic Duval, who has actually lended his LMP1 hybrid tensions with Audi to the group. I'm going for my cursor again. I need to stop doing that. I know that's not all of them. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Where are the other 2? Looking. Jimmy Peugeot. I'll get there. I'm looking. Talk amongst yourselves, guys. Just talk amongst yourselves. Doesn't look like it says the other 2 drivers. It just says those 4. But hopefully, best of luck to them. They're coming back for a revamp since When was the last time they were out? Was it 2012? 2013? When they last did the top class? Because as far as I can tell, they've only been in the top class. I don't ever remember them being in like a GT class or something like that. I could be wrong. So let's look at something. Let's actually go over to. Let's see if I can find something other than sports car to talk about real quick. Not Ricer. Hopefully all these storms that we've had here in Georgia doesn't affect. I mean, it probably does. Doesn't affect the speed of the internet. Because the internet yesterday was just shot. Just absolutely shot. I think I went. I mean, not like I'm crying about it or anything, but I think I went about. I got home at about 4 o'clock yesterday. About 4 o'clock, and I think I went 4 hours without having an internet. I'm just going through. Again, I'm not complaining about it. I have unlimited 4G, but at the same time, I was like, it'd be great to have Wi-Fi. But anyways. So, here lately, actually, it's probably we have some F1 news finally. Some good old F1 news. So, McLaren has unveiled their Mercedes-powered F1 car. I think people are just going to realize, hey, Mercedes engines are the way to go. But it's going to be like what McLaren did when they got the Honda engines. It's going to be the bring back the nostalgia feel of, yes, McLaren Honda, back to the days of Ayrton Senna and Prost is a match made back to the good old days. And then we realized, maybe not. I don't think so. And then, they kind of went with the Renault engine, and it was okay. It was good enough. And now they come back with the Mercedes engine, and now everyone's probably going to think, yes, we're back to the Mercedes engine, back to the days of who was it? It was not Mika Hakkinen. Those guys, proper back to day the V10s and whatever. Sadly, it's still V6 turbos, but back to those days, back in the early 2000s. So we'll see how this goes on. I mean, obviously, we all know that the Mercedes power is the one to go with, which, good for everybody now that it's been tried and proven, especially when it came to the former team that was Racing Point. They came very close at some points to being on that top podium consistently with that Mercedes power engine, even though people claim that it was basically the 2019 Mercedes car F1 vehicle that they were racing against the 2020s Mercedes. But that's done and gone now. So now, the model of the cars, since all these have model numbers, so McLaren now is their code for the F1 car is going to be the MCL35M. And why they have the M at the very end is for the Mercedes engine that they have. So it's basically, the car's name is a sign of an evolution from last time, as much of the chassis has been frozen as part of a cost-cutting exercise amid the COVID-19 pandemic. However, due to McLaren's switch to the Mercedes power, hence the additional M in the name, the team believes it has the most different car on the grid compared to its rivals. I mean, good for them for going with a different engine. I mean, maybe this will help them now that they are they might have a shot at being third on the constructors championship, or fourth or something. Who knows? Who knows of this year? We're probably going to see a bit of change towards the middle to end of the year, as far as this pandemic is concerned. Now, some more stuff coming from Mercedes as well. I've heard that the Ricardo, he has heard some of the names, like he's, since he's with Lando Norris now, and Lando is kind of become a meme in itself, which is just like he's kind of joking around kind of vibe. He's a meme in his own right. So now that you got this hotshot McLaren driver, and he's teamed up with this veteran of an F1 driver, Daniel Ricciardo, who, by the way, is probably one of my favorite F1 drivers in the modern times. One, you always see him smiling, first off, and you can't go wrong with that. Even if he's frustrated, he'll always try to give some type of smile, whether he's angry or not. So I'll give him that. He's always smiling, and it's addictive. Addictive, not addictive. I saw not like an interview, but like a video stating that this is not going to be the meme team. It's not meant to be a meme team. Yes, I'm here to have fun, but I'm also fight for podiums, fight for position. He's very serious about this. I think it was good that McLaren finally got Ricciardo. I've always wanted to see Ricciardo with McLaren. He did good with Red Bull, make no doubt. He did real good. He had opportunities after opportunities to do something. And actually, his last win was at Monaco, if I'm not mistaken. Like a couple years ago. I could be wrong. But now that he's with McLaren and McLaren is starting to improve, maybe this is Ricciardo's time to start fighting for podiums, for consistent podiums, maybe getting on that top step every once in a while. But he's heard, this is not the meme team. This is going to be the McLaren team I'm a part with. I'm here. I'm serious. Yes, I'll have fun, but I'm here to do business. He likes this driving to do the talking for him, which good for him. All right, so another thing that has gone on in the McLaren world, in the F1 world, is that we did hear that Fernando Alonso did get into some type of incident when he was biking in the Alps, in Switzerland, I believe. Yes, in Switzerland. He has been released from the hospital. Everything's going to be good to go. He's been in there since Thursday after being involved in a collision with a car outside a supermarket in Lugano, Switzerland, I believe, on a fractured upper jaw. So he's fine. Everything's going to be okay. Luckily, it wasn't anything that had to do with his arms or his legs or his torso, anything like that. So, speedy recovery for him. He's a really good racer. He knows what he's doing. I'm still rooting for him to get the Triple Crown, him and Juan Pablo Montoya. So Fernando just needs the Indy 500, which is going to be his hardest challenge, in my opinion. It is going to be his hardest challenge. In my opinion, for him to actually get this, I think he's going to have to go full season Indy. I honestly believe that. And when it comes to Montoya, he just needs the 24 hours of Le Mans, because I believe he won the Indy his rookie year. And then he won it again 5 years later, I believe. 5 or 6 years later down the road, and he won it again. and then he won Monaco within that 5 years of not being in IndyCar. He won it with with Williams BMW. So yeah, he in 2001. I could be mistaken. 2001, between 2001 and 2003, somewhere around there. But he did win that. But he just needs the 24 hours of Le Mans. So good luck to both of them. So I'm pretty sure that's kind of the more bigger one. I believe so. So now we can kind of go over. I guess we can go over a little bit of IndyCar. They've had a bit of news come out here lately. I know they did a bit of a test run down in Sebring, but it wasn't like the full circuit with all the bumps and whatever on Sunset Sunset Bend and stuff like that. No, I think they just did like the top half of the course, which was setting like 53-second times. Like here we have some Castroneves news. So we do know that IndyCar will be adding a street course in Nashville, Tennessee. And Helio Castroneves, he's going to run in Nashville with Meyer Shank. Now, since I believe he's also with him for the with the IMSA team, I believe so. Yeah, it looks like he'll join the team for IndyCar's inaugural Nashville street race this year as part of his 6-race deal with Meyer Shank Racing. It looks like it's the Brazilians. The Brazilians' presence in the Music City GP will stand as the second race of his SR, which is scheduled to begin with the Indy 500 and then following Nashville with the start at the IMS road course, Portland, Laguna, and Long Beach. Barber, which was on his originally announced schedule, no longer features. All right. That's about it for that. Well, yeah, good luck to him. Best of luck to them all. If I could please get to the, there we go. Well, I think that's just crashed. Down to 2 bars. Lovely. Get rid of that. So, it looks like now we're going to try to recap a little bit if you're just now joining in. This is the Marshal take, obviously, as you can see on the screen right there. We do some mainly sports car news, and we'll sometimes do some breakdowns of some incidents and of different races that may occur, to safety protocols that have to go on around the track. But as of right now, due to some technical difficulties with some visual quality, it's going to how that's going to go down. So I guess I will do a quick recap and then I will send it off with my usual outro. So to get a quick recap on some highlights, Mazda is going to be canceling their program at the end of the year, which is going to be Petit Le Mans. So that's going to be their last race for the DPI. They're not even going to be doing the LMDH program for 23. So sad day for me because I do have a Mazda myself. I like Mazda since the Grand Am and ALMS merger. I've always liked them. So their focus for next year is going to be their grassroots programs, like your MX5 Cup Series and maybe like your Formula Mazdas and stuff like that. Next was the Peugeot's 8 LMH program. They've signed their 7 drivers. One of them was kind of surprising to me was Kevin Magnussen. Now, Kevin Magnussen is driving for Chip Ganassi over here in IMSA. His team was going for a overall win in the Rolex 24 here recently, late July. But sadly, a tire blowout took that chance away, and it was a complete heart, which I'm very disappointed that happened because, Kevin Magnussen has fought his way into the ranks of F1 for a good while, and it didn't flourish. So now that he's going into the sports car side of things, which taking after his father, Jan Magnussen, he knows that paddock very well. He knows the competition he's going into. He knows that place like the back of his hand. So he knows what he's getting himself into. So good luck to him in the Peugeot LMH program. He's going to do fine. He's going to do really good. So next up on the bulletin was the McLaren switching over to the Mercedes powered engine. So from what I could understand, the chassis itself is basically the same. The only difference is the Mercedes engine, which if you look at the chassis code for last year to this year, the only change is the M at the end of the name. So it would be MCL35M for this year. Next up on the list is that Ricciardo does understand that since being with McLaren now, he understands that, Lando Norris is sort of a meme in his own right. Who he is. Daniel does understand that this is not going to be. He did state that this is not going to be a meme team. He is there to do his job. He's there for his business with a bit of fun here and there, but he will do his job as a race car driver. So he's going to be serious about this, guys. Then next up we have the update on Fernando Alonso and his little biking incident over in Switzerland. He got released, I believe it was today. He got released from the hospital. He's been in there since Thursday. So hopefully a speedy recovery on his fractured jaw. He's a great race car driver. Good luck to him in the new team Alpine. All right, so if you guys have any questions, I want to write any comments down in the comments section. Please let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them about anything, about marshalling, about anything that I've said early on into the program. Please let me know. Hopefully you guys will hopefully everything will go better as the week goes on. I know for me it will. So, with that being said, guys, I hope everybody will be having a fantastic day, morning, night, wherever you may listen. Your host, Colton Brown. If you like this, subscribe, share if you want, good or bad, doesn't matter. So, with that being said, guys, I hope you guys have a good day, have a good life. And with that being said, I will leave it to the music to play us out. Oh, any day now when... There we go. Any day now. Maybe. There we go.